I went to Myanmar, the war zone in Myanmar. I'm not sure if you know where that is. To the west is Bangladesh, to the north is Tibet and China, to the east is Thailand. We were all told, the CBC, CTV, City TV, I don't know, did you guys talk about the Rohingya people at all? Yes, no? You did. Are they real? Oh, they are. Were you there? Of course you weren't. I went to Myanmar because it didn't make sense to listen to the Canadian Broadcasting Corporation and left-wing media outlets tell me that Buddhists and Hindus were systematically murdering Islamic residents of the country. Made no sense to me at all. So I began looking into it. I could find no historical data, left-wing media, on the existence of a Rohingya people. Well, the Burmese people said, come to our country and go into the war zone and you tell us what's happening. In fact, Burmese citizens don't even go into the west of the country. We did. I went with Michael McCormick, another Canadian journalist, and an American journalist named Rick Heisman. We were there with the Burmese army. And we were there with some translators. And we were in that war zone. Let me tell you what we discovered. Left-wing media. I got to keep addressing them just for a second. The word Rohingya does not pertain to any historical people of any kind. It's an ancient word in Arakan, which means old villager. While we were there, we saw more than 1,000, are you paying attention? 1,000 villages that were burned out by Islamic invaders who were told to go there by, you guys listening? Pakistan's ISI, Saudi Arabia, oh, and one more government. Take one damn guess what government that is. Justin Trudeau's government. Now, while I was there, and this is what I want you to pay attention to. While I was there, I saw the atrocities. In the war zone, we were told flat out, even by Muslims, the Burmese army didn't kill any of them. It was Islamic invaders from Bangladesh. That's what it was. Who were told to go into Myanmar and slaughter as many people as they possibly could. And, are you listening to this, guys? When you're done slaughtering, return to Bangladesh, because we're going to get you to Australia and the United States and New Zealand and Canada, Great Britain, Germany, and we're going to give you free houses and free dental and free money. That is what they were told. That's all it takes to get 400,000 people to walk into another country and slaughter innocent people, innocent human beings. I dropped to my knees when I saw a 4-year-old boy whose face was cut in half by a sword. He had been left in the sun to dry out. I fell to my knees. I fell to my knees. Left-wing media, are you listening? I fell to my knees vomiting. The Burmese army, who have seen these types of atrocities, helped me up, washed my face off. In Burmese, they were trying to console me. Now let me tell you who was responsible for all that money going to that country. Former Ontario Premier Bob Rae, who was on the other side of the barbed wire fence in Bangladesh while we were in the town of Mongda on the far west side. Let me tell you what everybody out there has to say about the Canadian government now. They are not happy, but the Burmese people are so beautiful that they understand it's not you, Canada. They understand that it's Justin Trudeau. And they understand that it's people like you, the left-wing media, who jump on board of stupid ideas and lie to the public. There are no Rohingya people. Do you understand me? The Canadian government gave $360 million of our money to the Arakan Rohingya Salvation Army. They are worse than ISIS could ever possibly be. And you left-wingers out there, you tell the world that I'm wrong and I'm a bad person for going to a war zone to find this out for myself and then report it. And I'll tell you also, the Canadian government was so afraid of what was on those flashcards that I was arrested 2 weeks after I got back, taken to Osgoode Hall in Toronto, stripped of my shoes, of my socks, my jacket, my sweater, my shirt. I had to stand in a courtroom in Toronto in just my pants. Funny, isn't it? While a judge demanded my flashcards and threatened me with 5 years of jail time if I did not turn them over. And I kept repeating myself. I didn't even say, Your Honor, because the court was not in session. He was wearing a tweed jacket. I was not arrested properly, wasn't read my rights, wasn't even handcuffed. Just thrown in the back of a police car, dragged right down Osgood Hall, no processing in the police station. I mean, even the RCMP got that right, right? Process me in the police station. No, straight to a courthouse where I was threatened. Well, I kept repeating, I do not work for the Ontario government. You can buy my flashcards of all those atrocities for fair market value, $750,000. Just an arbitrary number I picked. The judge got angry. What would you do with that money? You'd go back there, wouldn't you? Then I said, yes, I would the very next day, but you would still own my flashcards. I'll get the same footage. Well, after 15 minutes, they threw me out. But I want you to understand that that is how far our country has fallen. We have fallen immensely if this is what our legal system is willing to do to us. Then I think you all know about last year.